Hello, everyone. This is Leah Dixon from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. So I'm just hearing feedback on this. I'm just going to turn that down. Like that. There we go. All right. So I am here for my regular Wednesday Facebook Live. Normally I would be live at 9 in the morning. Today, however, my oldest was getting his braces off after 4 years. So I got to go walk around Lafarge Lake a few times while he had that done. And now I am here and so excited to show you today's project. I'm going to be creating with the He's the Man collection. So I'm going to switch you over to my desktop so you guys can check it out and we'll start creating. As you pop on, if you want to say hi, I love to see who's here. Awesome. So this is the stamp set and the dies that come with the He's the Man collection. And then I'll just show you here in our catalog. I can actually show you the inside of the catalog now. Oh, hi, Catherine. Hello. Oh, it says Facebook user. I'm not sure who that is. The way StreamYard works is it doesn't show me who's watching until you've signed in with StreamYard once. Hi, Maria. So this is the full suite. There's the designer series paper that's the coolest. I'm going to show you one of the special sheets in there. The Rustic Metallic dots, the stamp set, and the dies. And it is just the neatest little set ever. You get all this great designer series paper, but one of the sheets, well, actually two, because you get two of the same sheet, is actually not designer series paper. It's all these awesome little die cut bits. And let's see, I'm missing that one from there, or somewhere in there. So it's all these awesome little pop out die cut bits. So there's a really cool edge and everything. The cars, all sorts of great little sayings. There's a few I've noticed are popped out. I've got them here beside me. Some of my favorites. Cheers to all the years, and you're flipping awesome for the barbecue. So it's all these little fun bits that go with this great designer series paper. So really nice patterns, all sorts of like nice kind of neutral colored, and then some like wild Cajun stuff. I love this one with ties and glasses, and then some really bright Cajun craze and some fun barbecue stuff, some more Cajun craze with the cars, and some more neutrals. So just a really, oh, and I forgot, because it's hiding back here, I've almost used all mine up, an awesome little camping one as well, and then some more plaid on the other side. So just a really fun, easy to use collection there. So what we are creating today is actually a birthday card, because I actually have, so Father's Day is coming up, but in the month of June, I also have my dad's birthday. So I kind of got to double down on cards. So what I have here is a Sahara sand card base. I just have to give that a little fold. There's my bone folder. So this is a Sahara sand card base. Just a regular 4 1/4 by, or sorry, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So that's our card base. And what I have done is I have cut a piece of this designer series paper with the cars and the nice neutral side down to 4 by 5 1/4. And so that's going to layer on really nicely onto our card front. Now, I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, using so much DSP just to cover up the cardstock. It's a fun pattern, but you get 2 sheets of it. So I figured, why not? I'd like to have a little bit of texture in the background of this card. If you feel like, wow, that's way too much DSP for me to use on the back of a card, you could always get like an embossing folder or something and emboss this card front. But I really liked this look. So I'm going to glue that down. There we go. And then I am going to start to create some little bits to go onto the front of this. So I have somewhere here, I have a little piece of Cajun craze. And this one is cut. Oh, I've already forgotten my measurements. Oh my goodness. And I just cut them. This one is cut at 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. And the first thing that I'm going to do with that is I'm actually going to run it through an embossing folder. What I left on the other side of the room. So I am, oh, hi, Shirley. I am going to use the stripes from the Stripes and Splatters embossing folder pack. And I am going to emboss this so that the stripes are going top to bottom. So just like that. So I'm going to grab my mini. Wish me luck. It works perfectly for me when I'm not on screen. And as soon as I try to emboss on screen, it never works. So 1 embossing folder, 4, and it's not working for me. All right, let's try a different configuration. Nope. Okay. So awful. It's like every time I try and do, there we go. 2 clear plates and your embossing folder. Voila. So there we go. We have our little piece now embossed with the stripes pattern on there. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this down. So I wanted to have 2 pieces of this, but I didn't want to have to emboss twice or try and line them up twice. So, oh, my cutting board is really filthy. Gross. I am going to cut this at 1/2 inch. So I'm just taking 1/2 inch off of this, and now I've got 2 pieces of cardstock that have been embossed. And then I'm going to grab this piece of black cardstock, and this is cut at 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to start gluing these down. Now, before I do that, though, I'm just going to double check that all my measurements were right and everything's going to fit. Yes, they will. Okay. So when I do this kind of gluing, I find the easiest thing to do is to glue the 2 outside pieces first and then glue the center piece. So I am going to use liquid glue because I like to be able to fiddle this around and move it around. And so I'm going to pop in here on one side, and I'm trying to keep the same border on the 2 ends as well as on the one side. So that helps me figure out how to line it up. All right. Too much glue. There we go. Then I'm going to grab the other piece, and I'm going to glue it to the other side, doing the same thing. Just trying to keep a nice little border on the 3 sides. There we go. All done. And then I've got a little 1-inch strip here of that awesome, the other side of the paper, basically. It's the awesome little cars. So this is just 1 inch wide. And we're going to glue this one down. So I love these little cars. My dad makes like little model cars and airplanes and everything, like little RCs. And so I just know he's going to love these classic cars. And so that is all created. And we're ready to put this piece onto our card front. So I'm going to actually pop this one on with dimensionals. And flip this one over. There we go. So all the corners, and then I'm going to do 2 more in the center just so we don't get saggy middles. All right, there we go. Pop those off. And pull our card base back in, and I'm going to center this onto our card front. There we go. So we've got a really good base going for our card now. And the next thing we want to do is kind of create some embellishments to go on the front of this. So I'm going to start by cutting some banners. And where did my dies go? Oh, they're there. I pushed everything off to the side, and I actually need those things. So in here, we have so many cool little pieces. I've got the oval and the little scalloped edge, the little argyle pieces. I love them. Actually, I wonder if I've got one here that I can show you what it creates. Oh, I don't have one cut. Oh, yeah, I do. There we go. So those little argyle pieces, you have two of them. They cut out this awesome, like, intricate little piece of argyle, but it's actually pretty easy to glue down because you've got these two big spaces to put mini glue dots behind, or you can use an adhesive sheet. So really cool piece. The arrows, this awesome label that we're going to use, and it actually like creates a bevel, and then some fun banner pieces, and another rounded rectangle that also creates a bevel. So I love that it has the bevel, so it's not just a plain old piece, but we're going to use this double banner. Okay. So what I think is so cool about this is that you get a 2-for-1 basically. I'm only going to have to run things through my machine once, and I'm going to get 2 banners. All right, so I want plate 3, and then my 2 plate 2s for this. And we're going to pop that down. And run that through. And voila, I've got 2 banners that I'm just going to throw around and loose. All right. There we go. So with that done, I'll put that away, that to the side. So I've got these 2 awesome little banner pieces. So you can put them behind something and have them sticking out the 2 ends. You could put them kind of off to the side and create like that ribbon look. I'm actually going to put mine parallel to each other off to the side like that. Okay, so I'm actually going to glue these down right away. And I'm going to use some seal adhesive to do this. So I'm not going to go all the way to the end because I know that that's going to stick off the end a little bit. But I am going to pop in here and put that down just like that. And then my other one, I'm going to put just slightly above it. And so just a little gap in there, not too much. Okay, now I'm going to create my sentiment to go on this. So again, I'm going to pop this off to the side. I'm going to bring in a piece of Sahara sand cardstock, and I'm actually going to use my Stamparatus. This is not something that I do very often, but because of the look I want to create, I want to be able to stamp this image multiple times in the same spot. So you can see here I've actually got the ability to do this twice on the piece of cardstock that I'm using. And so what I'll do is I'll do it once, and then for my next card, because I'll do 2 cards, I usually do 2 cards at a time, I'll turn this piece around and I can stamp again on the other side. So for now, it doesn't matter which way we begin. So I've got that all lined up on my Stamparatus. Oh, here, I'll show you guys. So this is actually, for those of you who have never seen me use the Stamparatus, because I really don't use it a lot, this is a hinged plate, and so I can go ahead, and here I can actually peel this off and show you how I positioned this. So I knew I was going to try and do 2 at a time on a piece of cardstock, so I created it large enough, and I kind of decided, okay, this is about where, you know, the other half of my paper is. And so then you close this up and pick up your stamp onto your board, and now it's all lined up and ready to go. So now I'm going to take my cardstock, I'm going to put a little magnet over here where I'm not stamping just to hold that in place, because I'm actually going to stamp the same spot again and again and again. So I've got my Memento black ink. I'm going to ink up my image here. And so I have heard you can put like your lid underneath to kind of create like a weight so that you've got something. as pressure behind your board. And then I'm just going to stamp this in place. But now you'll see that even though I had a pretty juicy ink pad, the image on my car is not, oh, here, you guys probably can't see, actually, it's so far away. There we go. The image on my car is not super solid. It's got like little spots missing and everything. And that's not really the look I'm going for on this card. I want it to be very solid. So what's cool about this is because that paper hasn't moved at all, I can come in, re-ink that, re-stamp it, and it's just slightly darker. And now I'm actually going to go for 3 times a charm, I find. And so this is a great technique to use if you're stamping anything solid black, stamping puffins or penguins or anything. Ages ago we had those panda bears. Okay, now that is looking really, really nice. But here's the real big reason why I wanted to use our Stamparatus. I'm actually going to clean my stamp here. I've just got my Simply Chamois, and I'm just going to take the black ink off of that. And I am going to re-ink it now with Versamark. And here we go. So I've got my Versamark in there. And now I'm going to re-ink the same image again with Versamark this time. Now I'm going to pull this off of my Stamparatus, put that off to the side, and get a scrap paper, mostly just to help with collection, and some clear embossing powder. And I'm going to run clear embossing powder over top of this. That's way more than I actually need. And there we go. Give that a little flick to clean it up. Oh, now I forgot to rub this down with an embossing buddy before I started, so we'll see what happens. Luckily, it's just clear embossing powder. Get the last of this back into the bottle. So you can see that my powder lasts a long time because you use so little of it. And I just collect it all back up in there. And now I'm going to heat emboss this. Oh, bonjour, Pierrette. Okay, so now what that's done by doing clear embossing over top of our basic black is it's created this really awesome shine for us. I'm actually going to bring in a piece that doesn't have the clear embossing and a piece that does, so that you guys can just see the difference. So both of these were triple stamped with the basic black or the memento black, but one of them has that real shine to it. Not sure if you guys are catching that on the camera, but in person is quite a significant difference. So now that we've got that beautiful shiny piece, we are going to run it through our embossing machine, our mini embossing machine, with this awesome die, and you're going to see the cool bevel that it gives to this card. All right, so here we go. So I've got to put this one sideways, otherwise it won't fit. And I'm going to pop that on there. So I'm trying to get this centered. Oh, now you guys, with the new catalog, I don't know if you saw, I don't have mine yet, I just ordered them yesterday. We're getting magnetic plates. For now, the mini magnetic plates are not available, just the ones for the big machine. But they do hope to have the mini plates very soon. And that's going to make things like this so much easier for lining them up and keeping them in place. All right. So that is all cut out. And you can see there, it created like a gorgeous bevel around the outside shape. Just love it. And then I can, of course, go back in, turn my paper around, and make another tag on the other side. So I'll be able to get double duty out of this, especially when I pull out the Stamparatus. I like to kind of make more than one. All right, now, oh, there it is. I knew I had a card base somewhere. There's our card base that we had started. I'm now going to attach this to our card front using dimensionals that I put right there. There we go. So you guys, this stamp set is so easy to use, so super cute. And I love that it has like so many kinds of different interests. Like there's the tools and the cars and the campfire stuff and the barbecuing, the sweetest little RV, like Volkswagen trailer kind of thing. So there we go. Pop that on there. We're just about done. Now I'm going to embellish with our Rustic Metallic dots. And so these guys come, you get 90 of them, 2 sizes, the little ones and the larger ones. And they're already adhesive backed. Oops. I should be using my Take Your Pick tool for this. That'll make it so much easier. So let's place that. So I want to place this first one centered under the S, the first S in Classic. And then I'm going to bring in 2 more and just place them on either side to create like a little rustic metallic dot border underneath. Okay. So once I get them where I want them, then I push them down. Oh, come on. Not cooperating today. Let's see here. There we go. That's where I want it. And then we'll push it down so it stays in place. So there we have our 3 little dots and our finished card. So very fast, easy card to create. The stamp sets in this are just wonderful. So there's a Father's Day sentiment, just generic like hello handsome. I love this one. Every day with you is another adventure. Holy smokes, you're amazing. Together for the long haul. I love that little guy. So sweet. And then to the man who does everything. That's actually the one I probably should have done for my dad, but that's okay. Happy birthday to a classic. I can use that one for Father's Day. So really quick, easy card to create. And we have some wonderful deals going on right now because I'm part of a 16 card stamp camp featuring this suite. And you can just basically buy the suite. I've put a link in the description to this video to the Jot form to register, but also the link for purchasing. And you purchase this suite using my host code, you're automatically in our stamp camp. You'll get your make and take pack sent to you for 16 awesome cards. You'll get an invite to the Facebook group. We do all the videos live on, it's 2 days actually, but because we're doing them live on Facebook, they actually get stored in Facebook, and then you can go back and rewatch them again and again and again. You'll also get a printable PDF that will be on Facebook, but also emailed out to you. So you'll have that at your own disposal to print out and recreate and all of that. And it's just going to be a fabulous, fabulous class. I've already seen all the cards, and wow, they are amazing. So let's just see here. Let's see if I can bring, there we go. So I'd love it if you guys can join me. The link to that stamp camp is in the description again, and it's going to be a great time. So watch this week for some more He's the Man cards. I'm going to be featuring that all week long. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me at this pretty different time for me. I'm normally on at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays, but you know, family first. The kid needed his braces off, so he's pretty excited about that. Yeah, I think that's about it. For all my other social media stuff, all my other classes, you can check me out at Linktree. it's in the description, but Linktree Stampin with Leah. And all my classes are listed there. I have a product share coming up. In Color Club is, the deadline for that is coming up pretty quickly. So if you've seen our In Colors and love them, there's 2 great ways to kind of get in on that whole deal. You can grab a starter kit and get the ink and cardstock for free with your starter kit, or you can join my not stamp camp, my In Color Club, and every month we'll get a little package with like the twine, the ribbon, the blends, the ink, the cardstock, the DSP and everything, and then a little 3-card class to go with that. So check that out. And oh, I also have a Brood for You card class coming up. So kind of another manly card class. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I hope to see you guys at upcoming events. I'm also doing a catalog launch party on the 14th. My regular monthly online workshop is actually going to be a catalog launch. So you won't want to miss that. There's going to be some great cards, great specials, and always a chance to get the PDF and the make and take packs for those cards. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.